Marbles in the ACC, and if you win in the Atlantic Coast Conference in soccer, it's about like winning in the Atlantic Coast Conference in basketball in the mid to late 90s when you had Duke, North Carolina, Maryland playing at like an elite level. If you win this tournament, you got a chance to win the whole shebang, and there's a great chance that a team that isn't even playing in the conference championship game out of the Atlantic Coast Conference ends up hoisting the national championship. The Tigers, 10-3-4, finished 4-2-2 in the Atlantic Coast Conference, but they will play for the championship on Sunday against the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now, back to the women's game for a minute, or the women's season, and finishing with a number one ranking nationally. When Clemson's making their rise, right, in the ranks of college football in 1981, okay, they win the national title. Just a couple of years later, the soccer team, 1984, wins a national title. Dr. I.M. Ibrahim's team wins a national title. 1987, they get another national title. And I don't know if in that era of sports talk radio, or, it definitely wasn't what it is today, right? Like many of you watching on the streams on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. By the way, if you are watching, matter of fact, I'm so bad about this. What a lazy bones. I didn't even share it. So I'm going to go over here and share it real quick. But if you're watching, hit the subscribe, hit the share. Help us continue to grow. But I don't think in 1984 and 1987, when Clemson wins their first two soccer national championships, a lot of people are going, well, you know what that is, man? That was the Danny Fordanization of the Clemson athletic department. But you could probably make that argument that Danny Ford and the Clemson football program, because of the success that they had, made that name stand out a little bit brighter. Clemson's able to recruit a little bit better. Well, I don't think it's any irony that the Clemson Tiger football team goes and wins a national title in 2026, wins a national title in 2018, and then you have the Clemson men's program, the men's soccer program, I should preface it by saying, win a national championship, adding to their success. And in addition to that, you've now got the women's program with a number one seed. Now, it doesn't mean that the women's program is going to go out and win a national championship. But Mike Noonan won a national title just a couple of years after Dabo Swinney. What was that, 2022? So 2018, 19, the COVID, all. Did I just call it the COVID? The COVID years, all of that. But this has been a program that's had a lot of success. And you could make an argument that some of the Daboization of campus, facilities, the money, the brand, all of that helps every program push forward. And so, and I know you're thinking, well, Swanny, that means the men's basketball team better do something in a hurry. According to Graham Neff, last season, if they didn't make the tournament, there was likely to be a change. He felt like the team got hosed, so they kept Brownell. If they don't make the tournament this year, there is not a snowball's chance in a microwave Brad Brownell's coaching at Clemson next season. I don't see how it's possible. Too much heat from the outside at that point. Too much heat from guys like me. Too much heat from IPTAY donors like you. The fact is, there are a lot of people that were disappointed in the fact that Clemson was left out last year. And a lot of those same people that would have been banging on the door to get Brad Brownell out recognized that the team got jobbed. They got hosed. And that's not Brad Brownell's fault, honestly. They schedule well. Obviously, they're in this preseason tournament up in Asheville coming up here in the next couple of days. Hopefully, they'll put up some good results there, and quad 1 and quad 2 and all that junk with the way basketball is now evaluated is certainly unique. It's fair to say. But All that being said, to see the women's soccer program with a number one seed, they played in the ACC championship game this past week. I can't help but think that a part of that, and I don't want to take away, from those young ladies and the job that they've done, but I think a part of what you see right now from some of these programs is the fact that Clemson's athletic department and that name, image, and likeness of the program has been at the forefront in a lot of homes around the country. So much so that, if you're a coach from Clemson and you call up a kid that's playing soccer, you say, hey, you want to come to Clemson? Oh, they've heard of you. They have an idea about your brand. And I think that's probably helped Clemson to a degree. Don't forget, Tim Beret, legendary Clemson SID, going to join us in hour number 2. So make sure you keep it locked. If you're watching the stream as well, we appreciate you. With a quick break, we'll come back with more right here on a Thursday edition of the show that shakes the Southland.